I'm going to play some with this Infiltrate Aggro deck. This is the deck that I used to finally break through from Diamond into Masters, and their rank constructed here on Eternal, and it's just built around the pretty traditional abusing Gorgon Fanatic and Direwood Beast Caller with Haunting Scream here to generate value and pressure our opponent. We've also got some Rangers and some Instigators here to provide some early pressure, and then some recurring Nightmares to give the control decks fits. Have a little bit of threat diversity. Get to be on the play. Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable. Diplomatic Seal will be able to give us our Primal Sigil, and then we get to curve 2-drop into 3-drop. The Ranger and the Instigators might seem a little bit out of place in the deck, but they're really nice because they provide some early pressure that cause our opponent to often spend removal on these so they don't take early damage from it. And then our 3-drops are more likely to be able to survive and push through. Not quite sure what our opponent's doing yet here. So that's a Herald Song, and that has Echo, so it copies itself when we draw it, and this draws and discards, lets us kind of filter our draws in the late game. Also lets us set up some powerful turn 4s where you get to like Herald Song and ditch a Gorgon Fanatic or a Beast, whatever. That's a little unfortunate. So it's like we're playing against Ikaria Blue, which is a control deck. So I just put their sword on there and then killed my dork. I'm going to lead on Herald Song here, actually, because if we hit a Haunting Scream, I wouldn't mind playing that out. I'm going to bin this Suffocate. Usually they don't have a lot of targets for that. I have 2 of these favors, so I'm just going to go ahead and burn one of them now. Don't mind getting in the 1 point of damage, and probably want to loot away this Sigil with a Herald Song later. Hey, Tumos. You want to keep some favors and levitates in this matchup to get rid of the Aegis on their what's it called? Ikaria. I clicked a little bit too quickly there. Probably going to find a Haunting Scream now. I found a Recurring Nightmare, which I would like to have been able to play out, so got pretty punished for my clicking quickly there. So this has Flying and Infiltrate, so this should be 2 power. That could very easily cost us the game here. Let's see what he's got here. Alright, just a hammer. Take 1. If he doesn't have a torch, we'll be in an okay spot here. And we're getting torched. Feels bad, man. We do at least have this other favor to take the 1 point armor off here, but we're not in a good spot. We're 15 cards into our deck without a... Really need a Scream in this matchup. Yes, that sword's probably just going to bury us. This is the point where the control deck just has enough cards. They're just going to put us into the ground, basically. They haven't played out their card that they got with Rise to the challenge. There's probably an Ikaria in their hand. 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Alright, yeah, this game's pretty done. One of the changes I was considering making was for the matchups like this where they have a lot of removal. It's possible the Instigator would be better as a wins or whatever the draw 2 is for 3. This is not the Eternal Masters I was expecting. Unfortunately, we can't play Magic on the computer. There's not a functional digital client for Magic, so it sounds pretty reasonable. We've got a Fanatic here, and we've got a Scream to buy it back, so... Let's go ahead and lead on our duel. Hand's a little slow. If opponent's playing an aggressive deck, it might be a little clunky. This gains us life, though, in addition to drawing us cards, so it buffers us back up a little bit, which is nice. Stone Scar burn deck, it looks like. Play a seal. It really doesn't matter what we get here. This deck only needs double shadow, single primal. Yep. So we'll not be surprised when this, like to draw non-sigil, we'll not be surprised when this Fanatic just eats it here or on their next turn. They burn a Torture, that would actually be pretty good for us, then Haunting Scream's more likely to connect. Yeah, that's fine. So Haunting Scream puts a unit that costs 4 or less from our Void back into play and gives it charge and speed. So if opponent doesn't have a another Torch here, which it looks like they do, hopefully this is just a rapid shot. One of the things you can pick up on an Eternal is the pauses kind of tell you, oh, they have a torch. They had 2 torches and 14 cards. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You can, the way it only pauses for your opponent when they have something that they can play, so you can kind of gain indications of what cards they may or may not have in their hand based on where the game pauses. Yeah, that's fine. I'm probably going to Death Strike this next turn. Costs 4. Yep. So have we drawn any? We've drawn 1 non-resource this game. Okay, well, I didn't have a... Alright, let's kill their 5/5. Take 3. They don't have any more follow-up. We might have a chance here, depending on how polite the top of our deck is from here on out. Yeah. That's medium. It's going to be able to hit our opponent and then block this. I'll play out 1 more resource. Probably hold... You want to hold some amount of resources, so we have Herald Songs in the deck that you can turn these into pieces of action, ideally. Yeah, no blocks. So when this hits our opponent, it becomes a 4/4 permanently. Probably just too far behind. Ooh, and by that, I mean Haunting Scream is exactly what we want. He's got a quick action, so hopefully it's not a torch. I should have done this first, because we could draw a... let's attack with both of these, I guess. If this hits, we might have a chance. Just has a 3rd torch and 15 cards. Sure. Sure. We'll call it a day. Alright. It's a good solid 0-2 start. Hey, Immortals. Their Torch is easily the best card in the Stone Scar deck against us. So, you know, he ended up having 3 of them in the top 5th of the deck, 6th of the deck. Divided by 15 is 5th of the deck. It's so weird, like, making the translation between 60 and 75 card decks. Yeah, this hand's super good. We are on the play. The hands where you don't do anything till 3 are a little slow on the draw, but they're probably still keepable. It's not even that Lightning Bolt's a good card, it's that it's particularly good against this deck because a lot of their interaction and removal doesn't interact at quick speed. Or fast speed, I guess I should say. Alright, let's go ahead and put my Fanatic out here. Alright, no blocks. Alright, removal for this would be ideal. Hey, look at that. So, feels a little bit bad burning a feeding time on this 1/5, but it's definitely worth it to get my Gorgon to connect. My Gorgon hits here, and then we gain 3 life and draw 3 cards. Yeah, that's great. And the next turn we can scream our Fanatic back into play and draw 3 more cards and gain 3 more life. Warcry 4. Wow, they're going to have a big one coming off the top of their deck. Let's go ahead and scream here. One, two, 3 more cards. So, yeah, probably just want to kill this now. They're playing, I'm blanking, Justice. They're playing Justice, so they have things that can, like, give their thing Aegis, so I want to just go ahead and burn my Annihilate now, I think. Hammer's fine. He's just going to hit me for 4, and then this Recurring Nightmare is going to take his hammer off of his guy here, so Recurring Nightmare. Go, go, go. So this hits my opponent for 1 and then doubles its power and comes back to my hand. So this is now a 2-1. Next time it hits my opponent, it will become a 4-1. Yeah, the Recurring Nightmare Rapid Shot is real good. So this will turn this into a 6 power, and then it'll double to 12 and then go back down to 8. Are the Rangers good? I think the Rangers are good. I mean, I wouldn't be playing them if I didn't think they were good. That's a beating. Ugh. Oh, that's an excellent draw because this is gonna deal 6 with this, and then that'll deal the last point. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Let's play this. Let's play this. Let's play this. Hit my opponent for 6. Get rid of their weapon. This will double up to 12, and then it'll be 8 when I end the turn. And this card, backed up by the backlash here, should more than be able to end this game. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know I like the Rangers. I'm not sure I'm sold on the 3-3. There's definitely games where the 3-3 loses me the game. Alright, look at that. He has the second torch, but we've got a couple of backlashes in here, so let's go ahead and get that out of here. Fight. This will turn into a 16 power unit. Let's go ahead and play my Ranger out, pass the turn. Opponent concedes. Look at that. Alright. I'm gonna try the divination in here. Been meaning to try that swap. I wanted to put in wisdom over instigator. I'm not sure I'm sold on instigator being ideal, so let's give that a try. I feel like I'd like a little bit more velocity in the mid to late game. I feel like my face cam is smaller. I can webcam. Can make it a little smaller. You can see my mini me running around in the background now. Yeah, it sounds pretty reasonable. Good luck, you'll need it. A little slow again though, so yeah, we're a little soft to the start. So hopefully we pick up a. Ideally, we're gonna pick up like a Vera's Favor or something like that here. I guess if this was the 3-3, we'd probably be better off. Yeah, that's a backlash we can play. This is actually going to be a really good setup because we get to go ahead and Direwood Beastcaller next turn, which they'll likely kill, and then we can Scream with backlash protection on 4. So, and if they don't kill it, now we picked up a Levitate. So we're going to take a little bit of beating here. We're going to take 6 this turn, but then we're going to have 2 5/5s. So then we can Feeding Time this down. No blocks. And they didn't attack with this. I'm assuming that means they can't kill this. Maybe they just didn't want to. So let's go ahead and Levitate this, which gives it flying till end of turn, and we draw a card. And now even if they have a torch here, we have a backlash, so. Alright. Huh. Kind of surprised they didn't just do that on their turn. But I guess they wanted to play around Scream. Oh, yeah! Make some 5/5. So the first time this hits my opponent, we get 2 5/5s. These backlashes put in such good work. Maybe I should be playing a third copy of that card. It's particularly good against these decks with Torch. Like I said, their Torches are just their best card, and they have minimal ways to interact with us outside of that. So this is a good move by my opponent here. They didn't kill this, because then I could Scream it back into play. That being said, I'm pretty sure we just want to pig this, and then crack them for 10 here. I want to leave this back because getting 1 point of damage isn't worth taking 2 on the back crack. And if they attack, we'll block here and trade, and then we'll Scream our guy back into play and make more 5/5s. That's kind of annoying. Although I guess they're kind of... Are they dead now? Does that kill them? They're like obligated to block. Let's start on Wisdom of the Elders and see what we get here. We could find a removal spell for this. Could Varus favor this? Play this out and then ship with the squad. And then if he goes to trade, I think I just rapid shot. Yeah. So my guy will eat his because it's quick draw now. He takes 6 down to 6, so we've got plenty of power in play. Thanks for the game, GG bud. How am I liking Eternal? Yeah, it's reasonable. It's got good gameplay. If I wasn't enjoying it, I wouldn't have added it to the stream schedule. I'm gonna be doing Eternal every Wednesday after you're done stream, and I play it off stream, obviously too. I play it on my cell phone a lot, which is convenient. It's a good mix of rich gameplay combined with soundbite style games where they're quick back and forth. Like we've played been streaming for 20 minutes and we've played 4 games already. This hand's a little... This hand needs a... If this hand draws a Sigil in its first 2 draw steps, this hand is insane. So we're on the draw. Let's keep it. I've got a Permafrost here to slow them down a little bit, even if we don't get to Ranger into 3-drop. Okay, Diplomatic Seal's a fine draw. So Diplomatic Seal actually changes how I want to sequence here, because this will be undepleted if I have a unit. So I'm going to go ahead and lead on Seed of Cunning, and then we can Diplomatic Seal for a non-depleted resource on 2 and play Ranger. And then hopefully Ranger lives and we get to play Fen Banner on 3 for a Recurring Nightmare or something like that. Looking like our opponent's likely playing the Tokens deck. I'll grab that, play this. So hopefully this lives and we get to play a banner next turn and probably lead on Beast Caller. Sweet, that lived. Go ahead and attack with this. Yep, that's fine. I'd much rather that trade for those instead of my Beast Caller or my Recurring Nightmare, so... Turn to frog. That's really rude, because now this is permanently a frog. Hold on. Hold on half a second. Jacob Jeffrey, can you help with your bridge? Yeah, it's coming to help real quick. So, we're going to go ahead and Herald Song here first, because if we hit a... Alright. Haven't played a resource out yet, so I think I'm going to bin the extra Herald Song here. Oh, wait, I did play a resource already? Oh, How is he at 5? Did he accelerate? Oh, this gives him... I should pay better attention. Alright, probably was better off playing the Recurring Nightmare there. I wanted the Herald Song in case we hit an Infiltrate guy, and then we could bin it, and then Haunting Stream it back into play. Empower, you gain 1. I'll no-blocks this, because I'd much rather trade it with a 2-1 or this. Yeah, definitely should have Nightmared last turn. I stepped away for half a second to help Jake and didn't realize that he had played that out, and that's why he was up on. So this would be a 4-power guy right now, and we'd be much better off if that was the case. Thankfully, they don't have a whole lot going on here. Happy to trade with this 2-1. Maybe exhausted. Okay, yeah, so Permafrost will take care of this, and then I can just Recurring Nightmare. Yeah, so we'll Permafrost to take care of this dork. Play this resource out, play this out. Yes, they'd be super dead to this this Recurring Nightmare if it was 1 turn ahead. We might still win this race with these removal spells, but we'll see. Beast Caller is a good pickup. We'll go ahead and keep doing this because they're likely to interact with this as opposed to waiting for this because they don't know it's coming. All right, this is up to 8. Yeah, like I said, they'd just be so super dead if if this was just 1 turn ahead. They'd be, yeah, this would be a 16 power already. And we'll see if they attack in with anything. I'm chumping with this so I can scream it. Oh, Permafrost. That's really good. So we need to hit a resource here so we can do this plus this. Vera's. That's not quite the droid we were looking for. So I'm going to Death Strike this, but I'm actually going to kill my own guy here so that way I can Haunting Scream it back into play next turn. Yeah. Yeah, so this says things can't fly. I'm just going to go ahead and kill this now. And then next turn, we can Recurring Nightmare plus Haunting Scream and lock up the game, hopefully. They had Obelisk this turn. We're taking 2, 4, 6. Okay, that's fine. Yep, so they should be... This game should pretty much be over. Hey, Sam. Thanks for the continued support. I appreciate it. So we'll Scream the Beast Caller back into play that we killed. And hit him for 9 in the air, and then this is lethal next turn, and we've got 2 5/5s to hold the ground, even if he finds an answer to this. We've got another Scream to put the Beast Caller back into play, so... And we've got a Wisdom of the Elders to find a removal spell in case they hit something to answer this. Yeah, dead. Sweet. I even, like I said, missequenced and didn't play my Recurring Nightmare as soon as I should have that game. What build of Scream is this? This is the deck list. This is pretty close to the deck list that I got into Masters with, and I posted on Twitter a couple of times. You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter for my my content. Killing their 1/1 played around Shimmer Pack. Okay, so I guess killing their 1/1 is better in the event that they draw like exactly their Shimmer Pack. I don't know. I think I'd rather lock the ground up with my Beastmaster. Like give them 1 turn to draw their 4-outer. One resource, easy redraw. I really wish the opening hands in this game had the same draw restrictions as the mulligans. It doesn't really make a ton of sense to me that one way has a restriction and the other one doesn't. The seal there was obviously very good. We can get closer to casting this Wisdom. That's unfortunate. Hey, look at that. Never didn't have it. So this only kills a single faction unit. This is dual faction, so cannot annihilate the Gorgon Swiftblade. Hopefully the whatever their follow-up here is, it's just playing out a single faction unit, so we can just annihilate our way through here. Sweet. So this is, and again, I think when you're in this position against the Scream deck, this is excessively greedy, this line my opponent has taken. They've made it so I just need to have a single removal spell in order to make 2 5/5s, and they're definitely going to get punished for that. I'm not really sure what deck my opponent's playing. It's very possible they have Direwood Beast Callers in their deck, so I think I'm going to hold the favor for now since I already have another resource to play. Okay, so there's a Scream. Hey, Sunnyvale. Yeah, the game's a lot of fun. So flying in charge here. I think I just want to annihilate this, especially since he's attacked with both here. This annihilates a 1-for-1 since he spent a Haunting Scream to put this into play. Opponent concedes because it's just under way too much pressure. Yep. There's a lot of concessions to early beast callers that hit. And like I said, my opponent could have just avoided that situation if they would have just like not gotten their own infiltrate guy in and left 2 blockers back, so I couldn't just kill one thing. Yeah, it's fine. Sand's pretty reasonable against an aggressive deck. We'll go ahead and play this out for Primal on 1, since this Vera's favor is going to get us our second Shadow. Got a list up anywhere. Yeah, I tweeted a deck list when I went live. You can check my Twitter. I guess we changed. We're 4 cards off of what I tweeted. I swapped out the 3/3s for Wisdom of the Elders. So let's kill that. Gain a life. So basically undo his guy. He did get a Warcry trigger out of this. So for those that are new to Eternal, Warcry says whenever this unit attacks, the top unit in their deck gets +1/+1 permanently. So, definitely playing that. I think I want to just go ahead and play Gorgon Fanatic here. We've got this Death Strike, so that way we can push this through if they don't have an answer to it. And then if they do have an answer to it and they push their guy through, we're probably going to Recurring Nightmare plus Rapid Shot and just get that online ASAP. Instigator's what I cut. I'm four cards off of what I posted. I cut the Instigators for the Wisdom of Elders. Instigator's one of the slots that I'm not sure I like. Alright, and again here, like, maybe Sunny has a torch here? Doesn't look like it. I don't think it's worth getting in that extra point of damage, that extra damage there, if it means I only have to have 1 removal spell to force my Infiltrate guy through. Because, like, when these things connect, I bury you. You just get put into the ground. Alright, so, that's a little unfortunate, I suppose. I don't have any pieces of removal that interact with this right now. It's really unfortunate. So I could lead on Herald's Song or Wisdom of the Elders here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10. This puts me to 9. This puts me up to 10 cards. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to Wisdom here because it gives me my best chance to find removal for this. Alright, sweet. We found a piece of removal, so let's play this, and then just go ahead and annihilate this guy here. It's particularly annoying because it flies. It's possible this one of Suffocate here should just be a 4th Permafrost. Like, it would have been much better. I've got 3 Permafrost and 1 Suffocate right now, and I think I want to just, like, play 4 Permafrost, honestly. Not like Cabal Countess. We've already have so many 3-drops in this deck. Like, the deck is full of 3-drops. Not a 5/5. Alright, that's okay. It's technically a 6/6, I guess. Yep. Yeah, so probably just dead here. I suppose I can Scream this back into play and hit, like, running Permafrost here. Oh, I should have played this out. Whoops, that was a mistake because this is depleted unless I have a unit. All right. Technically not dead yet. Mostly dead, but not technically dead. Have to discard. Would you fairly surprised if my opponent doesn't have a card in hand that kills me here from 6? Yeah, if this had just been Permafrost, I think we would have run away with this game in a not close manner. It's very easy for the Maiden deck to... Maiden's the card that messes with your Crypt, because you don't need your Crypt in this deck. We only have four Haunting Screams, so, like... And we've got... Is Maiden the split faction? I'm blanking. There's two cards that screw with things on and going to the Crypt. Just another card that... another card that this doesn't interact with. Play this, pick up two cards. Alright, you know, again, technically not dead yet, but mostly effectively dead. Swords Mono Shadow 1. Yeah, we've got a lot of ways to... The 2-2 that... Yeah, that's fine. I don't think... We don't really have Entomb triggers, and that only makes your 4... It only makes your 4 Haunting Screams worse. I think I'd rather have the Permafrost than the Suffocate. The one Rapid Shot might just be too cute too. But like I said, we really don't have a ton of we don't have a ton of things that interact with the discard pile. It's literally just these Haunting Screams. It's also possible like 4 Wisdom of the Elders is too many. Maybe that should be that, and then I could just have my cake and eat it too, and leave the Suffocate one Suffocating, because I do agree that those cards are annoying. Like the Cudgel card does just kill you if he starts making Cudgels. I need to check a diaper really quick. I think my youngest might have poop. What's the point of having Herald Song on the deck if you cut Whispering Wind? Can you elaborate on that statement? Because those cards are they're functionally different. So I'm just confused. I'm confused by your question. Did you poop, child? No. I mean, more removal is still good, so 4 Permafrost is probably ideal. That card is really pushed. It's very powerful. No, Herald Song's just a good card. Herald Song allows you to provide selection in your deck in the late game. It allows you to look for resources in the early game when you would otherwise miss. It allows you to bin additional resources in the late game when you no longer need them. It allows you to ditch one of your Infiltrate 3-drops on turn 2, 3, or 4, so you could Haunting Scream them back into play early. Just a very good card. Just, it does a lot. Don't undervalue looting effects. It's a little medium. Recurring Nightmare's like the worst of our 3s to have against an unknown, but it's okay. We've got a Permafrost and a Vera's Favor to like interact with our opponent. That was a clutch draw. Just get to go 2 into 3 here. Stranger, stranger. I think I'm supposed to offer this trade. I'm really not doing anything here. Yeah, that's fine. I think Herald Song is too slow. I mean, I'm not playing 4 of them. I think Herald Song is fine. Herald Song also... So, you're saying Herald Song is slow. Herald Song enables the most insane draws this deck has, because you just get to go turn 2 Herald Song, ditch a Beast Caller, turn 3, scream it back into play, and have 10 power on turn 3. So, I think it's very necessary. What you got? Don't pig my Beast Caller. Don't do it. Have a heart. Permafrost. Alright. Sure. So, I actually get to run the same thing we ran a couple games ago, where we kill this, and then play this, and then scream it back. The old kill my guy, scream my guy. So that's actually one of the cards we've been talking about here. So whenever one of my units dies, they transform it into a stone cudgel. Hopefully we can just tempo them out with these permafrosts and these 5/5s, so that's not going to be relevant. Not you only have 4 screams in your deck, and like what you're doing is very what you're talking about is very it's a very thing that players do a lot of the time. You're fixating on making the best card in our deck better when that card doesn't need help to be good. That card is already excellent and we don't need to do anything to make it better. Alright, so they kill this, which is a little unfortunate because it turns into a cudgel now, but we do get to crack them for 5 here, which is nice. Go ahead and Herald Song here. Feeding time's not bad. I'm going to bin this other song, I think, here. I just want to keep pushing through here. If we hit with this 5/5 one more time, this Recurring Nightmare will be lethal. So... yeah, I'm just going to Frost this and then play Recurring Nightmare and go for lethal here. GG, opponent. Look at my Primal Warrior quest is getting finished. It's not about, you don't need your 2-drop to be good with Scream. We already have 12 cards that are good with Scream. Scream is already excellent. You don't need to continue maximizing a card that's already powerful. You just want to play other cards that allow you to have strong curves and for your deck to do reasonable things. Lead on with the Primal Sigil here. Alright, seat's good. Gives us our extra influence. Influence is what these are called, right? Yes, extra influence to play Wisdom. Alright, well. Attack you with my 2/2. Sweet. I have a 4/4 now. I like this. They need to answer this or it's just going to kill them. Just like played this 2-drop. It's just going to, like, you know, beat them down. Draw 2 at your end step. Okay, so pause here means they have a quick action. They could have a Countess here. They have a Annihilate, perhaps. Should probably Annihilate now. If they're familiar with the deck I'm playing, they know I have access to Backlash. Ooh, they have Backlashes of their own. Okay. Interesting. Neat. Alright, well, let's do this right away. I mean, that's really unfortunate that this one didn't resolve. We would have gotten to play another Ranger this turn. I really don't have cards. That's one of the annoying things about CCGs is I can't borrow cards from people, so I'm just like playing in my spare time collecting cards, but this is really the only constructed deck I have put together. I have like a few legendaries here and there. I think I have most of the stuff for Akaria Blue, but that's probably the only other constructed deck I'm anywhere close to being able to build. Fight all the way down to 15. I'll go ahead and play out this Fanatic here. Alright, sure. I mean, I didn't have cards before the wipe either. I played a very minimal amount, and I'm glad I did since they were planning a wipe. I actually put, I bought a box and a couple of drafts. I put like $40 into the game. I bought the second to the highest gem slot just so I had some cards to play. But I really, I have a hard time putting too much more than like $40 or $50 into a game like this because, you know, The fact that it's not the TCG aspect of Hex is one of the things that I like. In addition to the gameplay being great, the TCG aspect is ideal in my opinion. I like that there's an economy and that I can borrow cards and I can lend my friends cards and stuff like that. They've got Justice, so probably has Harsh Rule in their deck. Like I don't mind, like I said, I put $40 in, and like as much as I've played Eternal, I don't mind kicking the developer some support, and like $40 for a game, like that's as much as I play for a AAA game, and like I've played this more than I'd play most of those games, so like plenty happy to spend that amount of money. But anything more than that, it's just like it just doesn't feel good, I guess is the best way to put it. Let's start with this. Probably gonna end up trading here. Actually, I might yeah, I'm just gonna levitate this guy actually. Let's just do that and hit him for 6 this turn. Permafrost, excellent. Super happy that I didn't just trade now because I can permafrost this next turn. Oh, that's awkward. That's super awkward. He has levitates of his own. I guess I should have expected that. They're probably on some of the same infiltrate guys I am. Should have just permafrosted pre-combat here. No real reason not to. No, probably not. I might help Christy with some decks, Z. She said she plans to play some PvP, or yeah, the PvE, but I will likely not be doing it personally. So I could just go permafrost here and hit him for 4. Seems okay. Let's start with Herald Song and see what we find. Happy to bin that. And I'm going to do it one more time here. And again, this is why this is fine. Like, look at that. We just turned... Technically, we turned sigils into sigils there, I guess. But, yeah. So if I would have permafrosted this last turn, my opponent would have died this turn. So, very real chance we lose this game. But if I would have sequenced my cards correctly the previous turn, they would have lost. Like, Harsh Rule here, and they just, like, get to trigger this, and then we've just got no resources left. We've not hit with a Fanatic this game. A little unfortunate. Haven't had a Scream. Have we played a Scream yet this game? No. Haven't had a Scream in our top 20 cards, 25 cards. Alright, Scream. Oh, this Scream is actually still good here because this kills this. Oh, and this is actually lethal if they don't have a way to interact here. Could have a backlash here. Damn it. Alright. Well, that's good for them. This is lifesteal, so they're going to start buffering their life total back up here. Yep. So that turn that I... Yeah, pretty much just buried here. I'm just going to go ahead and call it a day. And again... We had a little unfortunate to not have a Scream in our top 25 cards, but the thing you want to focus on are the things that you can change when you're playing a game. And if I would have just permafrosted his 4/4 before he had a chance to levitate and block by their 2/2, he would have died the turn before he really stabilized that game. Easy redraw. Tens medium. Hopefully they're playing an aggressive deck since we have Suffocate and Annihilate here. Okay. That's a good pickup. 2 threats are better than 1. Okay, it's a Suffocate target. And now the question becomes, do I want to Suffocate this or Annihilate it? They tend to have 5/5s that are single faction in their deck, so, or 5 power guys, so I think I want to hold the Annihilate for now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and play this I'm going to play the Beast Caller here, because I have this to fight through this, and then if he kills this, I can just scream it back next turn. Oh, right, so they must have removal here, right? This is a torch, that's why they attacked? Yeah, okay. That's fine. And again, pretty happy with them torching things that they could have used other removal on, because that means they're less likely to have a torch when I scream something back. Alright, well, no blocks there's good for us. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright, he's got some way to interact here. Devour. Oh, well, that's great for us. Alright, well, hopefully they don't hit a torch. If they don't hit a torch here, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. So let's go ahead and scream this Beast Caller back. Alright, well, we get 2 5/5s and gain 3 life and draw 3 cards. Good luck, Godspeed. Alright, well, I'm glad I already used my scream, since that, I think I'm gonna get this going here. Yeah, I'm just gonna get this going. I feel like he has to trade with one of these 5/5s, so I'm happy to save this feeding time for something else, I think. I could have just, like, feeding timed that and, like, hit him for 10 here. I think I'd rather get this stuff going. It lets me play this out post-combat here. And then next turn I can pig plus Recurring Nightmare. Get an Overwhelm or something here. Really don't care. Hopefully he just plays the 5/1 out. And then, like, we pig that and then crack him for 8 and make 10 more power. This card's sweet. It's like, transform it into a pig and then kill it. Or as I like to call it, send a message. He's got a torch here. Flame Blast. Okay, it's a good line, opponent. This should hopefully mean this game is going to be over. The Backlash, like I said, they just have so few things that can actually interact with these Recurring Nightmares that Backlashing one is usually pretty devastating for them. Holds it back as a blocker. Yep. Alright, well, we'll feeding time this. And this card is why turning it into a pig before you kill it is relevant. It means my opponent doesn't get their Entomb trigger. Alright, this is lethal in 2. Oh, look, it deals a damage. Too bad it's not fast. Yeah, this card's great. Very, snowballs very quickly. Alright, go to 2. I've got a 16 power guy. Play this out, pass the turn. Good luck, Godspeed. He's huge! And GG, opponent. Look at that! We completed our quest! I get this, and then I get my quest rewards. Huzzah! Let's have enough gold to draft again. Good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your Wednesday afternoon here with me while we play some Eternal. My name is Jeff Hogan. I am a professional gamer of sorts. I play mostly trading card games, and this is a collectible card game, which is very similar. On this channel, I stream Hex, Magic, and I've added Eternal into my normal rotation because I enjoy this game a lot. I'm going to be streaming it every Wednesday afternoon, about this time, for another couple hours. If you are enjoying the content and want to show your support, I appreciate it if you do that with the follow or subscribe buttons above the stream there. Both of those help out, and I appreciate it. Alrighty, again, I don't know why they have the restrictions on the mulligan hand for better resource distribution, but not having it on the opening hand is just so strange to me. I like this. I have just 2 minor complaints. That's one of them. The other one is I really wish the end turn button was anywhere else. I think it's really awkward design to have your button that ends your turn be the exact same place as all of the other buttons in your game. leads to a lot of easy user error and frustration because of it. All right, this hand's medium against quick start. We've got an annihilate here. Sweet. No follow up here. We would love to draw Vera's Favor of our own here, so we can kill this and gain a life and hit our third resource. It's unfortunate. Yeah. I'm gonna chew this. This might end up costing us some tempo here, but if he offers this trade, I'm happy to snap it off. Yeah, and then that gives me the ability to annihilate something else down the line. That's awkward. That is not a double faction. Ooh, permafrost. So I'm going to go ahead and levitate this in the hopes that we hit a resource here. And we did. And then we will permafrost her. End turn. What restrictions are you talking about? When you mulligan, your mulligan hand is guaranteed to have between 2 and 5 resources in it. I'm going to go ahead and levitate this. Just hopefully hit a resource drop here. That's pretty good. So, I think I actually want to go Beast Caller here and try and get this online ASAP. A little sad that I burned my Levitates, but I've got an Annihilate here, so... I think if he offers this trade, I'm taking it. Yeah, because I have a Scream. Don't figure maybe they have an Overwhelm here. Alright, well, kill this. Alright, and they have a Torch or something, I guess. So, attempt to hit you for 1. They have a Countess, maybe? Death Strike, sure. They just didn't want to burn their Death Strike on my guy. I'll go ahead and play my Ranger out here, and the next turn we can Scream that back into play. Big Bucks, no flying unit. Flame Blast, sure. Yeah. Alright, well they are about to lose this race by a lot. Let's go ahead and put this into play. And then we will suddenly have 14, 16 power in play here. Boom, boom. Alrighty. I think this matchup's good for our deck. I feel like I win this matchup a lot more than I lose it. Alright. I'm gonna do this. Hopefully we hit a permafrost. Just, that's awkward. Let's attack with all of these. Happy to trade here, I think. We'll go to, yeah, we'll go to 11 here, and he's gonna end up at 17. And then with this backlash and this favor and this Scream, hopefully we should be able to lock this game up. So, yep, Scream, put this into play. Attack with everything. Yep, always happy to answer questions. Yeah, I didn't even need to show him the backlash. Slaying nerds, opening chests. What a fun Wednesday afternoon. On the draw. Yeah, seems great. Quite discouraging. So, the actual answer to your question is one a lot of people don't like to hear, and I mean this in the politest way possible. If you feel like you are consistently getting unlucky to lose all of your games, that means one of two things. Either one, the deck you're playing is not well constructed to leverage the resource system with a proper resource distribution, or two, you are making mistakes in other places that you're not recognizing, and those mistakes are actually what's costing you the game, not constant flood and screw. You are 100% going to lose games to flood and screw playing a game like this where you have resources in your deck. But if you think you're losing all of your games to flood and screw, you're not being critical enough of your decisions, or your deck's just not very good. One of those two things is almost certain. So probably Ikaria Blue. I think it's just drew an Echo card though. Hopefully he doesn't play the 3/3 flying silence guy. That would be annoying. Cards like the Bane. No, don't pig my guy. He was so young. Or your LSV. So that was actually a good draw. So we get to go ahead and Herald Song here and bin this Fanatic and then scream this Fanatic into play while he, and again, this is why, let's show my cousin, you could go back and clip it. There's, you can find, my archives go up on YouTube. That's just the TLDR. People who think they're, yeah, that's the TLDR. People who think they're unlucky all the time are either, one, making mistakes that they're not recognizing as mistakes, or two, their deck's just not constructed very well. What is Ikaria Blue? Ikaria Blue is the Justice Fire / Primal Control deck. I'm gonna go ahead and play this out and play this. I think I'm just gonna Wisdom of the Elders at his end step as opposed to playing another one of these out. Alright, that's good. Wisdom here at end step. Pick some cards up. Another Backlash is not the worst. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and play this Beast Caller out here. And I'm going to hold these Backlashes up, and the next turn I can Levitate this plus Backlash to hopefully get it through. Oh, right. We know he has a Snowball, but that's fine. We have a Backlash. I think he has Backlashes. They have Backlashes of their own. I'm pretty sure he played against this person earlier today. Yeah, Ikaria is a legendary card. That's fine. Look at that. Looking like it's all going to work out for us. Let's go ahead and Levitate this. And if he tries to counter this, I think I'm just going to Feeding Time this. Yeah, it's possible I'm just supposed to Feeding Time this regardless because they showed us he has Levitates in his deck. Yeah, I'm just going to do that so we don't just get savaged by Levitate and let both of these start attacking. Yeah, I probably should have done that. Playing the Levitate still wasn't terrible, I guess, but... Alright, let's do that, and then, again, I'm going to pass the turn here because they likely have Harsh Rule in their deck, and I'd like to Backlash a Harsh Rule here. Eternal Cards. He's a Backlash of his own. Ugh. That's really unfortunate. Links are enabled in chat, by the way. Alright, Harsh Rule me again. No, Eternal.cards is a gatherer-like search engine. Eternal Dex.cards is a Dex page. Yeah, Harsh Rule is the only true sweeper in the game. There's Lightning Storm, which deals 2 damage to everything, but the only thing that destroys all troops is Harsh Rule. Alright, casual draw 3, kill my guy. Yep. No permafrost, no permafrost. Not playing this out, because it does our best to play around another possible Harsh Rule. Yep. If we had a Scream here, we could be in this game, but otherwise we're going to be pretty far out. He's got 5, 6 cards, star 2, and one of these is bad. I love that Aegis protects from harsh rule. I think it's fantastic. I think it's the perfect balance of that type of mechanic. It's phenomenal. That's real unfortunate. So that gives his guy protection from damage till end of turn, and he gets to beat my guy down. Recurring Nightmare? Haunting Scream? Alright, could be anything, even a boat. Could get backlashed. Okie-doke. The old 6-mana demonic tutor? Yep. As you will. Scale of 1 to dead, where am I at here? Another Channel Tempest, yep. God, their deck is so clunky. I don't know how they ever beat the burn deck. This unfortunately requires a unit to cantrip. And this is why control decks... So, control decks are frustrating to play with and against in best of one systems, because they're frustrating to play against because stuff like this happens where I just have a bunch of cards that don't do anything because they're a creatureless control deck, and they're frustrating to play with because your answers line up awkwardly against people a lot of the time game ones. So GG, opponent. It is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. That's actually part of the reason I like playing cards like Herald Song and Whispering Wind in my deck, is because when I come up against control decks like that, I have things to do with my removal. I can just like loot it away. But it makes for frustrating gameplay for sure. Oh, and again, mulliganed a 1 resource hand into an unplayable 7. Yeah, it's another control deck. Yep. Sure, okay. At least when we hit primal, we will be able to loot these permafrosts away. Hey, look at that. All right. For the record, in general, I'm a fan of Eternal's resource system, or Mulligan system. I like the resource system's great too. I think it's much better than Magic. I like that it's just copy Hex's resource system. Hex's resource system is great. Just run with it. This is Akaria Blue. It looks like. Yep. God, we would be putting them in the ground if we just like had our whatevs. That's the game. Like again, like I said, there are going to be games where you genuinely get unlucky, and this is one of those games. Yep, perfect. I got out of Hex pretty quick. I really like Hex. We're like 5 cards off of what I'm playing on Twitter. I've got some Wisdom of the Elders instead of... Alright, we will call it a day there. Call it good game, my friend. I hate... Sure. Use your emote however you want. And that's one of the nice things about the structure that, again, just a one resource hand that we have to redraw. I really wish they would have their hand system be applied to opening hand too. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want that. Another control deck. Looks like the same deck we just played against. Oh, Andy has a torch. Nope. Okay. Sweet. I guess we have a backlash here. Backlash is pretty good in this matchup. Oh, huh. Not the control deck. Sweet. My removal spells do stuff. And that's one of the convenient things about Magic Online and Hex is that being a full trading card game, you don't feel like you're obligated to continue playing if you don't enjoy it, because you just, this is a free, it's not a free attack. This has endurance, so it's going to get to attacking and Warcry. Because this has endurance, I can't permafrost it, which is a little annoying. God, that's good. Alright, scale of 1 to dead, definitely sliding towards the dead side of the scale. These just don't interact with my opponent's cards, so we can't really do anything. They're just like super dead to an annihilate, a pig, or just so many things. Just dead? Nope, I guess I can block here. And again, this is why aggressive decks are ideal in games like this, like why the Stone Scar Burn deck that we played against a few times. There's a reason why that deck is popular. You don't have to worry about your answers lining up against their threats like we do with this deck occasionally. And Spire seems medium. It's like we have we had 8 ways to kill that in our deck. I guess hand's medium. Let's keep on the play. It's got a piece of interaction, I guess, if they're on a faster deck. Just mono play people in this stream. That's fine. I assume this tries to pair based on rankings, so it's going to try to pair against other people in Masters and Diamond and stuff like that. And people who are in Masters and Diamond are more likely to be watching an Eternal stream than people who aren't. This is going to eat a removal spell, and then we're going to be just kind of flopping around. Yep. Let the flopping around commence. Alright. Sack this. Gain 3, draw 3. Hey, another Fnatic. Sounds great. Yeah, I'll play. Yeah, let's run that out there. Why not? You ever tried using Diplomatic Seal to pick on influence you don't play just to screw with people's heads? Maybe. I mean, we need. God, this game. We're just gonna bury them this game. Alright. Permafrost that. Gain 3, draw 3. Just a simple man who wants to draw a lot of cards, really. I don't ask for a lot. Just like draw all of the cards. Play that. Have a wisdom at the end of turn. Sounds wonderful. Yep, we're back at it exactly. Just like to start picking up all. Oh, that's annoying. That's fine. He killed his own thing here, which when that dies, he gains 5 and I take 5, which is fine. I have a good Nice sweet game where we both have a bunch of cards in our hand. How many various favors are running? I think 3 favors? Interesting. So he's on aggressive cards in his deck? Alright, so let's go ahead and kill that. Let's play this recurring nightmare. Crack for 3. Rawr. Gotta... Okay, I'm just gonna kill that. This only kills a single faction unit, so it can't kill the recurring nightmare. Fight. Goes back to our hand. Go ahead and put Ranger into play. Yeah, I think we're ahead against a lot of the mid-range decks in the format. Our removals live against them and things like that. That's annoying. Silence my stuff. I'm gonna levitate this just since I have 2 of them. Get it out of my hand. Alright, let's go ahead and annihilate this dork. Play my recurring nightmare. Ship for 4 here. Oh, we're gonna pig the crap out of that. Jump this. Yeah, maybe we'll just Death Strike it, actually. I think I want to hold 1 Levitate. Let's just Death Strike this, and then play this and crack them for 8. Yeah, that's why I've only got 2 backlashes in the deck. Like, they're good when they're good, and when they're bad, they're pretty terrible. I could see a 3rd. I don't think I'd ever want to play 4. Like, you're usually happy to see, like, 1 a game, but drawing multiples is pretty terrible bad. God, and they're exactly dead. Just permafrost this. I guess they could technically have a removal here. Oh, I forgot to play my second one out here. That's awkward. That's fine. Annihilate, being super awkward against my recurring nightmare. I should have played the other nightmare out here. Hopefully it doesn't bite us. And just end step wisdom. What do we cut for the wisdoms? I cut the instigators. And look at that. We saved a peg. So we can peg this so he doesn't gain life with it. Play this, peg this. Crack you for 16. Hwaja! Hwaja! Oh, just quietly grinding away. This hand's pretty medium. I'm gonna mulligan this. It's got a Ranger in it, but I'd really like one of my powerful 3-drops in the opener. This hand's fine. Not great, but fine. It needs another Primal Sigil for this. Primal Influence. Play this first. Get Primal. No reliance on legendaries. I mean, that's mostly because I don't have them. Once I like have all of the cards, I'm sure I will start building with legendaries in mind. But for now, I don't have them. I'm just gonna pass for now. They might have Aegis troops that I want to pop with this favor, and I have resources in my hand. Is that the 3/5? I don't think we want to play Midnight Gale. I don't actually think. Oh, this is the person that has backlashes in their deck, so I'm gonna go ahead and wisdom here, while they don't have backlash up. The 4/3. Oh. Maybe that card's okay. It's definitely a powerful card. I don't know if I want that in this deck. It's another must-answer threat. Maybe that's better than the Rangers, but again, like, there's just so many 3s in this deck. You got a Kill Strike here, Death Strike, whatever it's called. A Levitate, sure, yep. Double flying. Howdy, Terror. Alright, sweet. I get to permafrost this nerd. I'm going to cycle this Levitate for now. My opponent doesn't have a ton of troops anyways, and I've got plenty of removal in my hand. I want to make sure I hit my resource drops. I'm going to go ahead and permafrost this. And I think I want to get in with the Recurring Nightmare while the getting is good here. Let's make him larger. Yeah, the Rangers are mostly there for curve purposes. They're like, think of the Ranger as like an early removal spell against decks that are playing like 2/1s for 1. You can just like trade it and only be down a little bit on tempo. And against control decks, they still add some pressure to the table. So it's kind of like a reasonable split card, basically. Well, permafrost that. Play out this Recurring Nightmare. Continue beating you down. Glad I didn't play out Direwood Beastcaller last turn. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just... He's just dead to this next turn, right? Yep. Alright. Pass. Do you have an answer? He could have, he had Sword of the Sky King in his deck. He could have that here. That technically lets him live. Because it gives him plus good armor. Gene, help! Alright. God, kids are funny. Alright. This line lets him live. It gains him 1 and then gains him 5. Hammer, okay. We could just die here. Probably killing this. Yeah, almost certainly. Let's start with this and crack in for 16 here. Fight. That's a good sign. Alright, what do I want to do here? I think I just need to kill this. Yeah, I'm just going to take this off the table. Preserve our life total a little bit here, just in case this 32-1 Recurring Nightmare doesn't get the job done. Ah! Nice harsh rule. Oh, night ass. I think Eye of Winter is great alongside like Harsh Rule because like makes your opponents extend, but I'm not sure I like it in this deck. This deck's really more of like an aggro control deck than a dedicated control deck. Yeah, the Nightmare's like, and like I said, like the deck between Nightmare and Haunting Scream, you put a lot of pressure on their quick interaction, like Death Strikes and Torches. So eventually, one of them's going to get through. I'm gonna mulligan this. Not only does it not have any of our pressure in it, but it doesn't have any early interaction. So like if they just put like a 2-1 for 1, we're just gonna die. This hand's much better. Lead on this, and then this can get us our second primal influence, and then this will get us our second shadow. Alright, play this out for primal like we said. Do I want to... Oh, wait, I can just do... Okay, yep, and like I said, this is the nuts draw, so we'll cast the Herald Song here. We'll bin this Direwood Beast Caller, and then next turn we just Haunting Scream the Beast Caller and make turn 3 screams. Turn 3 scream value. Please tap out, please tap out, please tap out, please tap out. Ah, we tapped out for a stupid thing. Huh. That's annoying. It's unfortunate. This has endurance too, doesn't it? Nope, it does not. Okay, huh. Do I want to permafrost this? Feel like I want to permafrost this. Nah, I'm just going to pass. Please attack, please attack, please attack. Dang it. Opponent is playing well. Opponent is playing around our Haunting Scream very well. Just going to pass the turn here. We'll strike this at end step probably. And then permafrost this and hit them. Yep, that's fine. No blocks. I'd rather permafrost than Verisphere than permafrost. That's fair. I wanted to be more resource efficient, though. Was my reasoning for doing what I did. Ooh, that's actually just the perfect draw. It doesn't look like they have Torch because we didn't get a pause there, but we have a backlash now if they do have interaction. And then we have 10 power, and they are dead. I do not have the resources to recommend a new deck. I guess I tweeted an aggressive deck at one point that's fairly budget friendly. The Haunting Scream. This deck's not the most straightforward to play. It is cheap to build though. Yeah, Snap Call. I guess this lets him trade his sword with it, but I'm fine with that. Yeah, deal. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got? Scream. He didn't have a chance to respond there, so... Oh, no, he doesn't have a torch because it didn't pause, so we get to attack here. And again, like, if this was, like, a game of Magic, I would 10 out of 10 hold this backlash up here, so this guaranteed hits. But because the game didn't pause to give my opponent a chance to play a fast spell, I know they don't have a fast spell in their hand, so I have no reason not to just jam the Recurring Nightmare. And paying attention to little things like that can give you edges in this game. There is a deck list on my Twitter, almost card for card what we're playing here. I will screenshot the couple of changes we have here and upload it to Imager real quick here. Ooh, a chest upgrade. Back. Edit. Let's get the latest here. And a few small changes. And again, I don't even know if these changes are good. The deck list I posted on Twitter is the one that I got into Masters with, so... The game should pause. I agree, but while it's not pausing no matter what, I'm going to take note of that and leverage it to my advantage while playing. Science proves you have better luck while streaming. Alright, let's do it. Not a legendary. Womp womp. I like Whispering Wind. This card's really sweet in a control deck. This is actually one of my favorite control cards. Whenever this attacks, you can discard a card from your hand to draw a card that's guaranteed higher cost out of your deck. And it is random, but it like upgrades your resources and stuff in the late game into action, which is nice. Remember, if you are enjoying the stream, you can show that support with the follow or subscribe buttons just above the stream. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a professional TCG player, and I stream Hex, Magic, and now Eternal here on this channel. I'm going to be doing Eternal every Wednesday afternoon. And if the Eternal is, has reasonable number of viewers and we start getting some subscribers from it, I might add a second day to the regular rotation here on the stream. Ooh, this hand's a little bit medium against a fast start, and we drew an Annihilate, so it's fine now. We had 2 Beast Callers, though, so I'm pretty happy to keep it. No play, no play, no play, no play, no play, no play, no play. Don't do it, don't do it, don't play another unit. That's unfortunate. Don't play a 3rd unit, don't do it, have a heart. All right, God bless. So we want to Annihilate now because my opponent will get the Warcry trigger if I kill it when they go to combat next turn. So use those removals on your turn, deny the Warcry triggers. That's scary. All right, Haunting Scream was easily one of our better draws there. Now I can trade this here and then scream it back and have 2 5/5s. This alleviates pressure and will allow us to get in next turn even if he has another Ground Pounder here. That's not a Ground Pounder. Removal, 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 removal. Kill spell, kill spell, kill spell, kill spell. That is dead. Scale of 1 to dead. Jet's dead. I think I'm playing this Recurring Nightmare out as a gain 7, hopefully. Here's where I feel Nightmares just suck and force too many. Well, what you have to understand is that having 75 card decks makes what you put in them fairly high variance, and the games where Nightmare is good, it's great, and you want to have access to them in those games. Like, your chances of drawing 2 copies of a single card in this game are pretty low. I'm going to Levitate here first to see if I hit a removal spell for either of these. That's unfortunate. Technically not dead, but mostly dead, and we've got a pause here, so they probably have a torch, and then we're just dead. Like, if we cut every card when it looks embarrassing in a matchup, like I said, I think this matchup is favorable for us on average. Favorable does not mean you're always going to win. But, that's like saying when we're playing against a control deck, we all of a sudden want to cut removal spells. I think if we had access to sideboards in this game, I would probably start with 2 to 3 Recurring Nightmare in the main deck and board up to 4. But because we don't have access to sideboards, I definitely want 4 Recurring Nightmares in my deck for the amount of Icaria Blue that I see on the ladder. Again, the actual answer to this is if we had sideboards, we have an elegant solution to this, but because we don't have sideboards, I think you want to be playing 4. But you're not always going to see a Gorgon, and your Gorgons aren't always going to connect, and Nightmare's a one-card must-answer threat a lot of the time. We have enough removal that we can often assume a controlling role. Were we on the play? Stonecard Burn's really popular. Yes, and that's fine. So what you're saying is you want to take a good matchup and cut our one card that's bad in a matchup that's already good when this card is an ace in matchups that are harder. And that's not how you want to build your decks on average. You want to, if you can add one card to your deck that's a little bit awkward in your bad matchup that makes your awful matchups much, much better, that's a very worthwhile endeavor. All right, hopefully he just taps out next turn and we get to scream this Beast Caller into play and make some 5/5s on turn 3. Who's a good little Herald song? Yes, you are. Come on, play it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, play another 1-drop. Rats. Huh. So I think I want to just play the Ranger here. You're talking about min-maxing here. I don't think you are. I mean, it's like you have a sideboard, it's just always in the deck, right? Yeah, exactly. I think I'm trading here. No. Okay, so he doesn't want to trade. Huh. Do I want to scream? Yeah, I think let's scream. Oh, he has a torch. Gonna get torched. Should have waited. Because he like likely has a 4-drop he wants to play next turn. And now these trade, and now we're just like 1-for-1ing as a control deck. Ah! Super punished! We're so punished! Oh! Oh, Backlash, why you do this to me? Why you do this to me, Backlash? Well, you know, that's my fault. Alright, we'll pick that probably. Are you having fun inside your box? Let's do this. Alright, Permafrost, play my Ranger. It's possible I should wait till I have Backlash to hold up to protect this, because we could maybe ride this to victory. Man, if I would just waited a turn, we'd have just, like, destroyed him. That's fine. How about we levitate this? It's a good pickup. Non-zero chance this dies. Cab will count as Zodia's holding up there. That's fine. Yeah, another scream and things are great. Like, any game you draw multiple screams, you're just super far ahead usually. Please activate this and attack. Please activate this and attack. Please activate this and attack. Overwhelm would be kind of annoying here. Obliterate. Yep, that's what I meant. Cracks us for 6 now. No, really, you wanna trade here? Huh. Huh. Yeah, I'm okay with this, I think. Yeah, I'm okay with this trade. We traded up on resources there. He wants to activate this, I'll annihilate it. Maybe I'm just gonna Death Strike it. Yeah, I'm just gonna Death Strike it, actually. Let's be resource efficient here. Scream? 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 Okay, 20 cards into the deck. Gorgon would be nice. Permafrost that guy. Got Permafrost with your name written all over it. Not going to annihilate this 2-1 because I'd like for them to pay 6 resources next turn to turn it into a 6-5 again. Just like that. Now we'll annihilate it. And again, I'm holding this in case we hit a Herald Song, so we can hopefully turn this into something that does something. Okay. Recurring Nightmare. We are off to the races with Backlash protection here. So 2 and then 6 and then, you know, dead. That's a tough one to race. Probably dead if we don't hit removal here. Yeah, he just played a thing that was going. Oh, I guess. Yeah, I guess actually I'm just holding this to block. Okay, yeah, we have Backlash to protect it. Yeah, this seems reasonable. Let's have another removal spell, and we're probably dead. So when this dies, every unit in my opponent's deck gets either flying or charge at random, so it's a little scary. Play this out, pass the turn. I'm hoping he doesn't have removal for this. I guess he could have like another Obliterate here. It's a card they wouldn't have been able to play last turn. My Kingdom for a kill spell. That could be anything, even a kill spell. Or it could be 2 more resources. Alright, we're done here. Ugh. Not just dead, but basically dead. I agree, having some of the 4-3... I could probably craft some of those, actually, right? I've got... At 90, 900. What's that card called? Where are we at? I don't know what it's called. So it's a 3-drop that's split. Where is he? Midnight Gale. We could craft a couple of these. YOLO. Let's make 2. Alright, what do we want to cut here? Maybe with Midnight Gale I can afford to cut a Recurring Nightmare. I could buy that for $1. I could trim one of these Permafrosts. Could trim the Suffocate. Suffocate could go. Yeah, I don't hate that. Let's do that. A couple of Midnight Gales here. Look at that! We are legendary! Think you cut Rangers for Lightning Storm then? No! The tokens matchup is good. I don't think we need Lightning Storm or want it really. I think a lot of these decks that have little crappy troops, and again, like the 2/2 is like a must answer card. Yeah, you want things that stress their removal. What you're suggesting makes you much worse against the control decks, which are already your worst matchups. What does Ranger do for you? It allows you to not die. That's a little awkward. We are set up to turn 4, scream this into play, but we missed a resource drop here. People really undervalue curving out. Well, this game should mostly be over. Missed a resource drop, still make 10 power on turn 4. NBD. No big deal. Alright. Next turn we have favor into a resource. Yeah, Backlash is fine. We're only playing a pair of them, and when they're good, they're amazing. And they're fine against the Stone Scar matchup, too. Yeah, I'm not even sure I want to cut the... Like, I cut the Instigators, and the only reason I cut Instigators is because they don't play defense very well was the reason I cut them. Let's kill this and get a resource drop here. We did technically 2-for-1 them with this, but it's a little awkward. I would much rather have my 5/5s here than get a 2-for-1 out of them. Okay. Let's play Direwood Beast Scholar. Yeah. It might be worth waiting till we have backlash protection for this, but... Levitate would be great. Play Ranger, pass the turn. That's really unfortunate. Wish I would have held backlash up there. Forgot about scouting party. Probably should have done this before I played my resource. Ended up not mattering. Yeah, we pretty much lost ourselves this game and we have that scouting party resolve. And I'm going to kill one of these. Our Annihilates aren't very good in this matchup anyways, and it's basically drawing a card with it since it's killing a thing that's going to draw a card when it hits us. Shimmer Pack doesn't feel like a good match, but I disagree. They don't have a lot of meaningful interaction. Like, if he hadn't had double Permafrost on 4, I would have run away with this game by a reasonable margin. And, like, again, this game I lost to myself because if I would have backlashed his his Yeti spies, he would have drawn way fewer cards. He would have been down two draws. One of the Yetis drew a card, and then he drew one for putting 2 units into play. Yep, and we already did that. My youngest just woke up from his nap, so I'm going to go ahead and grab him from upstairs real quick, and then we're going to play games for another hour or so. Hang out here, don't go anywhere, I'll be right back, folks. You got poop, kid. Easy to change. Hi, Jake. Ow. Porkmaster. That's gonna change your brother. No, we'll be good to go. Excuse me. We've been doing neighbor changes for almost 3 years. Calm Welcome back. Sorry about that. For those of you who are unaware and you're new to the stream, I am a father of 2. I have a 1.5-year-old and an almost 3-year-old, and I hang out and take care of them during the day while I stream here. The youngest one naps for a couple hours in the afternoon, so that's where the bulk of the stream is, and then they're playing trains in the background right now. I have cut all of the Dark Returns. Dark Return is a card that is generally only powerful when you're already doing what you're doing. It also makes you much softer to cards like Steward and the card that turns things into 2/2 cudgels when they would die. So I think you're a little bit more consistent overall without Dark Returns. You're far less likely to flood on Haunted Screams. When you're playing any number of Dark Returns, like I was often like flooding on Haunting Screams and Dark Returns, it never felt very good, so I think the deck's more consistent without them. Permafrost is a pretty good pickup here. I think I'm just going to tag this with it. That'll save us a lot of life in the long run. Why Herald instead of Scheme/Visions? Because Herald allows you to do things like dumping your Infiltrate guy on 2 so you can scream it back on 3. This also lets you turn excess resources in the late game into more resources, into more draws. It lets you filter your draws in the early game into more resources if that's what you need. This also gives you something to do on 2 a lot of the time. The deck's already pretty dense on 3+ drops. So having another 3 doesn't feel great. Hopefully we find a Permafrost here. That's a little unfortunate, so let's just pass the turn. Probably dead here. Losing the coin flip was a big deal here. Yeah, it's going to take a 10 ball here. SD, thank you for the chair. I appreciate it. Alrighty, scale of 1 to dead, sliding thoroughly towards the dead side of the scale. So more look here, and thanks for the game, opponent. Alright, we've got a Midnight Gale here. I've got 2, alright, sure. Let's give it a try. I just crafted some of these. Yeah, being on the draw was a little bit awkward with that hand. It's possible I was too aggressive burning the Permafrost on your first threat, but I was hoping to actually just draw anything to do something. These Diplomatic Seals aren't going to make any influences from here on out, but we also don't need them because this is the most influence intensive that our deck gets. I'm going to go ahead and play Fanatic here. I think I'd rather draw some cards. It's possible I should just get Midnight Gale online ASAP, but it's also very real that, like, whatever we play first here is going to die. Alright, so I think I'm playing this. Very real chance he has the 1/1 Death Touch ambush guy here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. There's a pause here, so probably coming in. Yep, the Scorpion Wasp. So those are going to trade. That's fine. It's technically a 1-for-1. The Levitate replaced itself. Let's go ahead and play Midnight Gale out. Well, Annihilate's reasonable because we can kill the Wasp before damage here. It's really awkward that there's no pause. The timing on this game to make things faster than games of Magic are frustrating at times coming from Magic, but I understand why it does what it does. Probably should have played this out last turn, but another part of me wanted to hold up this backlash. Might be a little loose. Yeah, sit with this, and this will gain a lifesteal once it hits my opponent. Play this. Maybe I should hold that resource in case I hit another, in case I hit a Herald Song. This card's pretty tough to race. 4 power lifesteal is nothing to scoff at. And races that appropriately. Oh wow, this is super aggressive. I get to annihilate the crap out of this and then get some 5/5s. Yeah, opponent definitely should have left this back unless they have another card to play out here. Okay, yep. Now we would have gotten through 2 of them. Yeah, I don't. People are just not conservative enough when it comes to leaving blockers back for this Beastmaster. I think we were winning this game just with this in the air, but now that we've got 5/5s, definitely taking it down. No, it says you can only play it when you go to blocks. It doesn't come into play blocking something. I think this deck is functional without drawing Scream. That's one of the reasons why I think it's reasonable. That's why you need cards like the Rangers in your deck, so that way you're applying pressure and like actually like having a medium aggro mid-range plan with removal to back it up when you're not drawing Haunting Screams. Like the easiest way for decks like this to be bad is you have to draw your key piece, you're going to lose the game. Ideally you want to build the deck so that way when you don't see Haunting Scream, you're still playing a functional game. No, not a Rage Grid. I just think they didn't have any outs there. And this hand's great. Depending on what my opponent's playing will determine how I sequence this hand. It's very possible that I want to just play this on 3, but I will have the line available to me to Herald Song, bin this, and then Scream it back on 3. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. Let's see what we pick up here. Vera's. Huh, that's tough. With those thresholds, I think I just want to Scream this next turn. I don't have a Levitate to, like, push it through if I just play it out, so I think Screaming it's the best. Hopefully he just, like, goes Sigil 2-drop here. Flying. Okay, that's annoying. And then, unfortunately, I didn't hit a resource here. If I would have hit a resource here, I could have permafrosted that and then Screamed my guy. But Vera's Favor is still a medium, fine. Hopefully he plays out something that we can permafrost and then Scream our guy back and gain some life and draw some cards here. Yeah, let's go ahead and Scream here. I don't have Backlash up, but their deck, these influences usually don't have 1 cost interaction for this, so hopefully we can draw something to... Alright, well, we just drew 3 resources, so I guess Wish Granted, technically. Let's play this, and then I'm going to Herald Song here and bin one of these. Yeah, sounds good. You want that? Oh, that's pretty good. Alright, well, now we're in a little bit of trouble. Hold on half a second. There you go. Not sure what we want to do here. I think I want to just kill this, permafrost this. Yeah, I'm going to permafrost the 5/5 and pass the turn here. No idea what's going on, but it's flashy. It definitely is flashy, I agree. So we're going to kill that, and then we can permafrost this guy. We also have Wisdom of the Elders to play out here. Recurring Nightmare is a great pickup. And start racing here. We'll have Backlash up next turn for him. Declan. Declan. What is this? Power Surge. Alright, so I think we need to lead on this here and try and find a piece of removal for this dork. Alright, we found a Death Strike and a Varus Favor. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this now, so that way he can't possibly have some kind of response to it. I think killing that is better than taking 6 points of damage to double this up. I guess I could see a world where just making this larger and racing using a little bit of a resource there, but that seems a little bit loose. Alright, so let's go ahead and kill this, gain a resource. We have some kind of response here. Hopefully it's not a wasp. Let's attack with this. Hopefully it's a removal spell that I can backlash. It is in fact a removal spell that I can backlash, so nope. Stop it. Alright, hit you for 2 with this. Double up to 4. Pass the turn. He's going to be dead fairly quickly to this. This puts him to 12 and turns into an 8 power guy. Let's go ahead and put my Beastmaster and my Ranger out here. That's pretty good. Kill my guy, get a resource. We still have this bearing down. I think he has to leave this back to block. Okay, must have another follow-up or a way to interact with this. Okay, well, let's play this and attack for 10. Holy crap. God, this was so aggressive. Yeah, pass, I guess. Yeah, I'm aware. I've played against this deck before. I think it's still fine, though. Like, buying us the tempo is fine. Holding the permafrost probably won us the game. Yep. So that is killer, which is fine, and then we permafrost this, and then play out our recurring nightmare. Rawr! Recurring nightmare. Slogging our way through here. Ooh, a chest. Felon Stranger. How fitting. This hand's medium. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. It doesn't have a threat. I guess the fact that we don't have a second Primal Sigil maybe makes this bad. We've got Favor and Levitate, though. Hopefully they're playing an aggressive deck. I think I need to just play this out to hit our resource. We're going to feel a little bad if they're on the Aegis deck, though. I guess I have this to break Aegis. I mean, I'm playing 4 Permafrost, so... Rawr. We have this Rapid Shot here. In case we hit a resource next turn and they don't have any resources up. Can this race 2 of these? Probably not. Okay, so we hit a resource. Yeah, I think I'm just doing this. Let's double this up while we can. We're going to take a hit here. We're going to take 8 this turn. They are best of 1, which is one of my things that I'm not a super fan of, but the gameplay's pretty good otherwise. So, yeah, I think I'm going to Permafrost one of these and then Death Strike the other. I'm going to hold off on this for a turn. Is playing an Aegis deck. Alright, let's Death Strike this guy. Take 1 here. I'm going to Rapid Shot this. So this puts this to 8 power temporarily, and then it's going to double, so it's going to turn into 16 power, so this will be lethal next turn. Oh, no, it goes back down 4, right? Derf, I knew that. So almost lethal. but not Flickering Gobbler and Hex. Flickering Gobbler requires other cards in order to make it do anything. This does not. This just needs itself. This doesn't require you to play other cards to make it reasonable. Alright, so this gets rid of Aegis and draws a card, which is nice. Got a Fanatic, okay. And, okay, that's excellent. Well, let's play this and attack here. Fight. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this Fanatic into play, I think, here. It gives us possibly 2 lethal threats next turn. Your units have endurance. Well, that doesn't let you kill me. I think I'm going to trade here. I think that's fine. Oh! Giving his unit... Oh, I have to trade there. Well, I didn't even realize this was attacking. I need to pay more attention. Well, thankfully that means I now have 2 lethal guys. Wow. I'm glad that we went to 1 instead of dead there. The gameplay in this game is very similar to Magic or Hex, and the graphics are very similar to Hearthstone. The soundbite length of the games are also very similar to Hearthstone, which is nice to play have the ability to play slightly shorter games while still having some of the depth and complexity that Magic and Hex offer. Really strikes kind of a sweet spot. Alrighty, so this seems a little medium. It's got, yeah, I'm going to keep this. The 2 Screams is pretty hard to pass up. And we've got some early interaction here if they're playing an aggressive deck, which they are, it looks like. Oh, that's a good pickup. So that means we can Annihilate on 2 here. Sweet. Can Annihilate that on 2. Play this, get a Primal Sigil. I'm just gonna... I'm not gonna Annihilate it now, no reason to. We can Wisdom of the Elders on 3 here. Kill this guy. It would be super good if he doesn't have a play here. If he does have a play, we're in a medium spot, especially if he has like the 4/4, the 3/3 for 3. That gets bigger based on his factions. Sweet. That is excellent for us, especially because I can like kill our Beast Callers down the line. Alright, let's play this out and pass the turn. Another removal spell is an excellent pickup there. Deal. Draw 2 cards. Okay, still looking for a threat, but we can definitely sit here and play the control game until we find one. Alright, well, you know. We're gonna let this happen here, because hopefully he's gonna pay 6 to make this bigger, and then we'll just Death Strike it here, yep. Or pay 4 to make it bigger, whatever. Looking for one of our threats still. Yeah, I'm just gonna be resource efficient and kill this off now. Still have 1 more piece of quick interaction here. Alright, that's probably gonna die fairly quickly, but is what it is. Won't be surprised when this eats an Obliterate this turn. Yep. Not gonna Scream that back into play, because Scream, it dies at end of turn. Hey, look, a Ranger. Under pressure. Bum 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 ba dum bum. Bum 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 ba dum bum. Oh no! My Ranger is suffocating! Oh, I guess I could have played Rapid Shot to counter that. That seems medium, though. I don't know if that's worth it. That was probably worth it. Because Suffocate only kills something that has 3 power or less. This would have given it 6 power. I'm going to save this feeding time for, in case my opponent draws the 5-1. That's what we wanted for Christmas. So what direction does this game lean? How long do the game takes? The games are fairly quick. Sweet. So he's killing that, which is excellent. So we'll feeding time this and then Haunting Scream it back into play. So if his last card is not Torch, we're gonna be in a really good spot. And if his last card is Torch, we have another Haunting Scream still. And it didn't pause there, so I doubt it's Torch. So when this hits my opponent, we gain 3 life and draw 3 cards. And of course, they take 3 damage. Haha! Alright, let's play this out. And I'm going to hold this because they have 2 1s in their deck. And this Scream and this... Yeah, look... I love that. I love talking about the small percentage play, and then you get rewarded for having taken that small percentage play. Let's play this Haunting Scream, bring this Fanatic back, gain 3 more life, and draw 3 more cards. This game's over. It's going to take me a couple turns to kill them, but this game is over. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Get a little backlash on that. Do you have another removal spell? You do not, so you are dead. Because this is gonna make 5/5s when it hits my opponent next turn. Ha da 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 da. Oh, Smoony. Sans medium. It's probably okay. I guess there's no guarantee we can play this on 3. We're going to have 3 of the 4 threshold requirements for it. Yeah, this is okay. We got Levitates to cycle to hopefully hit some resources here. So let's go ahead and play the Seed of Cunning on 1. So I'm playing this out. I'm getting a Primal because we have more Shadows since there's Varus Favors in our deck. And I'm going to go ahead and do this to hopefully find a resource. And we did. I'm just going to go ahead and bin this Song. And the next turn we can play this Sigil and play out this Midnight Gale. Did you just do something to the router? You just came in, right? I think the internet choked there for a second. Alright, sorry about the brief stream drop there, folks. Should be back online. My whole internet choked and died there for a second. So we Herald Songed away a Herald Song, and we hit the Shadow Sigil that we needed for this. But then we picked up a Gorgon Fanatic this turn, and since we have Levitates, I think I'd rather lead on this. Nope, definitely on my end. Sweet. So this game's not just over, but we're in a really sweet spot here. So let's go ahead and pick this guy up and crack in here. If we hit a resource here, we can play this Beast Caller out and then have a Levitate for it next turn as well. Diplomatic Seal will do. Let's go ahead and do that and get this Beast Caller going ASAP. Hey, Porkman. Thanks, Steebs. No blocks here, obviously. And again, this opponent's smart. They're leaving back 2 troops here to block. Unfortunately for them, we have a levitate. So, hit you with this. And then I'm going to play Midnight Gale out next turn. They have a lightning strike here. Nope. Sweet. Alright, let's get some 5/5s. You have a Storm Lynx. Permafrost. Yep. Alright, so we can go ahead and play this, and then start by crunching with these. Yeah, that's fine. If he, like, dogpiles one of these. Okay, yeah, so these, whenever he gains a resource, these come back into play. So those are basically free blocks if he's got a resource in hand. I'm going to go ahead and play this other Fanatic out and pass the turn. Maybe I should Permafrost one or both of those. Yeah, it's probably the line. Probably should have Permafrosted at least one of those. This card doesn't get much better against the tokens deck, so... Yeah, I'm going to Permafrost one of these this turn for sure. Probably should have done that last turn. We've got a Levitate for this Fanatic. This card's so good. And now that he has Yeti Spies, I am actually just going to not attack with these and leave them back, because these draw a card when they hit me. So let's go ahead and do this. Gain 3, draw 3. Survey says... Okay, that's not the worst. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll play this to kill one of these Yeti Spies. I guess I should have done that and played the resource I got from that. Gave my opponent a little bit of information about the cards that are in my hand that turn. Yeah, for the sake of being resource efficient, I'm going to Permafrost one of these now. I'm going to hold the second one. May or may not burn that on the other one. How many cards in our deck? 24 cards. Have we seen a Scream yet this game? We've not seen a Scream yet this game. 12 is the limit on the number of units you can have in play. You can have 6 across the top and 6 across the back. Wow, no attacks. Okay. Levitate. I'm going to levitate this because I wouldn't mind... attack. Feels a little bit bad. They're probably going to attack us next turn. I was hoping to hit a Haunting Stream there or something to like do something with the stuff in my crypt, but... Ooh, that's really good. So I'm probably going to Death Strike this because it gives my opponent -1 power. And this Obelisk that they have here on them, it only gives them 1... Oh, doesn't attack. Alright, God bless. Sweet. Hopefully these Herald Songs are about to punch the clock and go to work for us. Well, or at least help us get through this flood a little bit faster. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and play this out. And I'm just going to pass the turn here. I guess I could have, like, Wisdom into a Haunting String, but I'd like to have this Death Strike up to kill this in the event that my opponent attacks with everything and doesn't have an 8th power. This is like one matchup that's not super popular, and I think this matchup is fine even without Lightning Storm, so I don't think I want to hedge it. Let's play another Wisdom. It's possible these Wisdoms are better as schemes, in all honesty. Alright, well, Recurring Nightmare. Hit you for 1, I suppose. Oh, does he have, Oh, crap, I should have Rapid Shotted there. That was a mistake. Alright, we'll Rapid Shot next turn, I guess. Double Nightmare's gonna be good here. Yep. I guess if I Rapid Shot, I can't hold up Death Strike, which is what I've been doing this whole time, so probably worth it not to do it that turn. He's gonna be dead in like 3 or 4 turns of these two guys, though, so we got that going for us at least. Alright, so this is already infiltrated, right? Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and go block, 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 jump. Yeah, blocks like that. And then I'm going to Death Strike this guy, which eliminates 1 power from my opponent, so all of his guys get 1, -1. So he lost 3 units to deal me some amount of damage that really didn't matter. So next turn I can deploy both of these. Oops. Does he have another power to play out? He does have a power to play out. Okay. That was the oops. That's definitely an oops moment. Alright, recurring nightmare, attack, attack. I'm gonna rapid shot the bigger one. I guess it actually doesn't matter. I'm gonna rapid shot the smaller one actually, so they both get large. Okay, so they are dead next turn to these two. I'm going to permafrost one of these so they can draw less cards. And I guess I could technically play one of these back out as a blocker, right? But that gives them a chance to interact with it via sorcery speed. So I block 1, 2, 3 things here, and I'm taking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So if he gets to kill 2 of my units, yeah, I'm just going to pass. If he can't kill 2 of my units, then he has to interact with one of these on my turn. So I can block the 3 of these and then take 18. So that not playing that power out last turn would have made me, I think, chump with one of these recurring nightmares. My opponent is making me watch his units dance here while he times out, I guess. Oh. Could I have killed him last turn? No, because he had these readied, right? Yeah, I'm an idiot. He had 4 of those up, yeah. So couldn't have attacked. So he's got to attack in a way, but he's not die in the crackback, but he's dead to these 2. Yeah, I love that you can customize what these emotes say. It's like this one's laughing. My curse is an oops. My well played says thanks for the game, which is just perfect. This is what nightmares are made of. That's a little BME. Said good game when not actually dead. Hoping I make a bad attack. That's cute. Still ended up winning. That's fine. Good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for hanging out today while we play some Eternal. My name is Jeff Hoagland, and I play all sorts of digital TCGs here on the stream, and some paper games too. We play Paper Magic once a week on stream here, so if you're enjoying the content, I encourage you to show out support with by following or subscribing to the stream using the buttons above. I'm going to be streaming Eternal every Wednesday afternoon on here. Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable. It's got turn 3 Direwood Beast Caller, and we've got some Permafrost here and a Backlash to protect it. I'm just not accepting any friend requests on here. Wow, what a punishment. I was just thinking there's nothing he could play. I didn't say it, but I thought it. I thought there's nothing he could play on 2 that I'd want to backlash, except exactly that. Exactly that card I would want to backlash every single time. Ah, so punished, so punished. Though that card, for those that aren't aware, Treachery deals 2 damage to the enemy, and then you get to take a creature out of their hand. Which feels a little bit bad, man. Feels a little bit bad. Man. It probably would have died anyways, but it still doesn't feel good. I'm going to levitate this just to cycle through. Haunting Scream is an excellent draw there. Good, sweet. So we are on the board, as they say. So let's do that. Let's scream this and put 10 power into play. Yeah, we'll play one more resource out. We're going to hold this one in case we draw the Echo spell, Herald Song. Huh. I think I'm just going to pass her. I don't really want to trade these. I could draw a pig or a permafrost or something to deal with this, so not going to offer this trade just yet. Maybe I'm supposed to, though. I don't know. That's close. He's like, has another one here. That's awkward. Looks like we're going to flood and die. Snapping off this trade here. Yeah. And now that we're at 13, we're basically at a point where they can easily burn us out, so I guess we'll make them kill us here, but this is deadly, right? Yeah. Eternal on mobile is still in closed beta. They do not have an open beta for it yet. I don't think they're giving out more applications for the closed beta on mobile. I got into it. I got a beta key medium early and then applied for their closed beta a while ago, so I've had it for a long time. Yeah, it's a reasonable hand. A bunch of levitates. Hey, JPEG. Not gonna be chewing for a whole ton longer. Another 15, 20 minutes or so. My wife just got home from work, so I'm gonna hang out with her and the family for a little bit. Token strategy, it looks like. Could be Bandit Queen as well. No blocks. I think I'm going to burn one of these levitates. Yeah, I just want to make sure we made all of our resources here. Try influence, probably the token strategy. Oh, now I'm really glad. Like, not only do we brick on a resource there, but we also drew another levitate. Depleted unless I have a unit. Well, I do have a unit. I'm gonna play the Fanatic out and pass the turn here. What did I change for the Midnight Gale at the end? I cut a Suffocate and the 4th recurring Nightmare. If he has that card that gives all of his units +1/+1, that'll be a little annoying. Another assembly line, sure. Let's levitate this and attack. So I think I want to hold up Backlash here in case he has a rally or the one that gives all of his units 1/1 in Aegis. Like that. Or an unlock potential, so let's counter that. I'm going to levitate this and crack in here. That's not bad. I want to play a Herald Song to start in case we hit a what's it called there? We could have hit a Haunting Scream. If he has another pump spell, which he likely does, there's a lot of them, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Stand together. That's a fast spell, sir. Probably have to block here. Yeah, I think we're have to block here. Doesn't feel good trading my card for a third of one of his cards, but it's going to save us a lot of life in the long run. Annihilate, sure. Scale of 1 to dead, looking pretty dead here. Alright, so that dies, and I can go... Oh, that is Aegis on it. Oh, I'm so dumb. I have a Levitate too. God, I was like, why? I was like, is it lagging? Why didn't it die? I'm an idiot. Torch me. I'm aware. It didn't connect that it was. We're just dead either way here. Yeah, just dead either way. Didn't actually matter, but I guess maybe we weren't technically dead. If we would have killed that, we'd have been +2 life there. Yeah. That start, you're just not getting out of without a lightning storm, and he had to stand together to give them all Aegis anyway, so Storm probably wouldn't have even done it. We would have had to hit Storm on like exactly 2. Yeah, it seems fine. Opponents on the play. It's a little bit slow. I guess we got a Permafrost. That's fine. Gives us some quick interaction. Guess I'm going to play this out first so I can burn a Levitate to cycle it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Levitate this. Try and hit a resource, basically. Sweet. I can play this out for Shadow. And do I want to Permafrost this? It's a little aggressive. I think it's going to save me enough in the long run to do this. It's possible. I'm always sad when I burn a Permafrost that early, though. Yep, that's fine. That's actually great, because that means it's not going to kill my Beast Caller next turn. Scream is a good pickup. So even if this dies, we can Scream it back. Hopefully it doesn't get silenced. Usually there's not silence in these influences, though. Permafrost, sure. Bin that, play this, bin one of these. Look, Herald Song got us through 2 extra resources. Okay, Impending Doom, we can kill that. I guess there's a world where they have Backlash in their deck, and I probably should just not be cute and kill this on my turn. Yep. I think I'm going to cycle this Levitate on this. Need to find some action here. Way to get this off the board. Permafrost is great. So this does a damage to my opponent at the end of every turn. So now it's just permanently there. We get to run the old kill my guy that's been Permafrost and then scream him back to hit him. Gotta love that gambit. Done this a few times now. I play out one more resource out of my hand. Pretty happy to have 6 in play. What happened? Yes, he does. Welcome to my life.
Now we're downstairs where there's no counter.
Yep. Well, that's terrifying. At the end of your turn, unit gets +2 power. Okay, well, ship. Yeah, about maybe one more. They're quick. I go to 3 o'clock. Okay. So this stuff gets bigger every turn. If he doesn't have another flying unit, this Midnight Gale can easily run away with the game. No, don't pig my... Oh, you pigged my... You were permafrost, too? Has to have permafrost, right? Nope. Okay. Interesting. My youngest is currently losing his mind because my wife would not let him climb on the counter in the kitchen. He has a tough life. Everything's rough when you're 2. So I attack with both of these, and then he has to block here, and then I get 2 5/5s. And then he's dead to his own triggers here at end step. Well played. Thank you for the game. Alright. I'm going to queue up one more, and then we're going to call it a day. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out today. If you missed any of today's stream, you can find the archives on my YouTube channel, which is linked below the stream if you're watching on the desktop, or if you're on mobile, you can tap on the video and hit the I button. There's a YouTube button. All of my streams are archived there. You can find a few different Eternal videos there, a couple more with various iterations of the Hunting stream decks I've been playing in this game. I plan to stream Eternal every Wednesday afternoon about this time slot, noon CST to about 3 p.m. CST. On the play for the last game here, and this hand's got a medium curve. So this hand might be a mulligan. It's got 4 resources in it, but we need to draw, another resource to play this Midnight Gale. Its only saving grace is that it has this Herald Song to kind of filter through additional resources. So hopefully we pick up another primal here, so we can play this on 3 right away, curving off of this. Okay, Levitate's not bad. Levitate gives us Song plus Levitate to do on 3, and I'll let this jump over whatever my opponent plays out here on 2. Like that. Let's go ahead and do this, get a little bit more information about what we want to discard. Alright, we drew a Seed of Cunning, so I'm going to go ahead and crack them with this. Then I am still going to Herald Song here, because we really don't need 5 resources this early. This deck, the top of our curve is 4, so we get to operate on a pretty low resource count most games. Usually if we get to about 6, that's ideal. I'm going to offer this trade. His guy gets bigger every time he plays a resource out, so he probably doesn't want to take it. I'm going to go ahead and play Midnight Gale out here. Pass the turn. This blocks the 2/2 profitably. Oh no, I've been vanquished! I might have wanted to use this Levitate for something else. That's probably what it was going to get used for eventually, so... Let's go ahead and draw those. I think I'm just like, pig this, permafrost this, hit him for 4. We are a little bit behind this game. Hopefully the opponent's got some resources in the tank, because we are definitely running on E here. That's fine. It's just a 3-3. Oh, it takes the... Okay. I always forget you can silence the... What's it called off your other cards? The curses. It's a good use of it. I'm gonna bin the Vera's favor here. Yeah. Alright. Killing their initiate. Oh, I guess they are stuck on 4. I don't know. It seems a little loose. I think I need to take their bigger things off the table. Well then, slam in with this recurring nightmare. God. So all of their cards in their hand are action right now, and we kind of want them to keep drawing action so they don't empower these. Not a stellar spot to be in. Feel a little bit bad having burned both my levitates now that I've got this here. Probably just no attacks this turn if they don't have a resource. Because I don't want this, because if I have a levitate, I can jump this and hit them and draw a bunch of cards. I also have this recurring nightmare that they know about. Well, that's aggressive. Yeah, happy to block there, and yeah, I think I have to do this. Yeah, I think that's the line. Scream. Scale of 1 to dead, just dead. There's a 5/6 with endurance that says units can't fly, so my recurring nightmare is going to hop down here to the ground. We're not technically dead on board, but we are effectively dead. Now we are dead on board. Well played, opponent. All right, and that's going to be it for me for today, folks. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon with my normal Thursday Hex TCG stream. And then I will, if you're just here for the Eternal, I will be back next Wednesday at the latest with some more Eternal. I am home this weekend, though, so maybe we'll play a little bit in the evenings. Not for certain, though. Definitely next Wednesday. Again, you missed any of this stream, you can catch it all on my YouTube channel. Thanks for hanging out. I think